When you're out and about, do you hear music drifting your way? From the store's Muzak to your personal playlist, music is different for everyone. For me, and for you. Music reminds us of memories and feelings from our past. Sometimes it reminds us of who we were and who we are today. And sometimes it reminds us of who we're meant to be. I'm a writer, and these are my music memories. Live Your Life by T.I. and Rihanna. I heard this song for the first time in the karaoke game Rap Star. It was around the time when I was really getting into video games. But I hadn't heard anything about this one. The game itself wasn't great. I never felt like the game was reading, my rapping correctly. I never got much of a score. But I did really like the music. It reminded me of something that I had long forgotten. Actual rap music. I just can't seem to relate to any of the rap music being released today. I like early rap music. No, not Run DMC. That's a little too early for me. But I fell in love with the band Public Enemy and the rapper Ice-T. I don't remember how Public Enemy came across my radar, but it must have been pretty early in their career, because my dad had an opinion of them. The first song I remember hearing was Don't Believe the Hype. It was catchy and had odd sounds sprinkled throughout. I played it for my dad once. Yes, only once. He would quite seriously ask how I could possibly listen to a band that A, wasn't actually playing any music, and B, put the sound of a mouse being stepped on in the song. He firmly believed that rap simply wasn't music. After realizing that there was nothing I could do to change his mind, I gave up trying to play that song or any other rap song for him. Public Enemy really opened my mind up to what music could actually be. You see, they use their songs to inform, outrage, and to get people motivated into making real changes in the world. I know that musicians had done the same thing in the 60s with their hippie love music, but that was well before my time. And in all honesty, I never liked most of the songs that I heard from that time. Bands back then were trying to influence change by appealing to the happy emotions of their listeners. Public Enemy wasn't doing that. They were trying to scare people into realizing that change was necessary. Their music spoke to me. It made me feel like I was part of the solution, or at least I could be. That things I did could make a difference in the big problems of the world, like racism and tyranny, like Fight the Power, speedy medical care, 911 is a joke, and even the way where people were blindly believing what the news was telling us. Don't believe the hype. I wanted to do something, but of course, I was too busy being embroiled in the war that was being a teenager to bother. Around that time, I heard a song being played by some older kids while they were driving by. The song was very explicit, so naturally, I was intrigued. The song turned out to be Girls LBNAF by a guy who called himself Ice-T. The letters of the title actually meant Girls Let's Get Butt Naked and Fuck. Not all that explicit in today's world of WAP, but back then it was pretty hardcore, at least to a skinny middle-class kid in Canada. I quickly found myself enjoying the musical criminal that Ice-T presented. It was loud, detailed, and a little bit annoyed. I can't say angry, because in my opinion, Ice-T just wasn't that angry in his music, at least in the early years. As time went on, I would buy each tape that he released. There was a bit of shock value in Iceberg, as well as the beginning of rap metal with his introduction of Body Count. The music behind his screaming vocals was a huge departure from things that I had heard, but that was okay. Not my cup of tea, but still listenable. And he still tours with Body Count today, in his 60s. The man is a machine. His best album, in my opinion, is OG, Original Gangster. A lot of different stories are told in that one, and somehow each one spoke to me, each in a different, unique way. The early street crime saga of Rhyme Pays to the kingpin stories of Original Gangster, each painted a different picture for me. As time went on, both Ice-T and Public Enemy, their musical past kind of changed, some more than others. Public Enemy's band members have changed, and they even had some interesting side projects or life issues. Flavor Flav went on to give the world the impression that he was crazy when he ended up on TV. He had a reality show in the heyday of reality TV. If you got sick of watching a dysfunctional family in Kate Plus 8, you could stroll into the land of insanity with Flavor of Love. Today, Public Enemy still makes music, releasing an anti-Trump song in 2020. There have been a string of albums released in the last decade, so they've remained busy. They've even had to change some of the members of the band. But Chuck D and Flavor Flav have always been there, standing up for what they believe. Ice-T's life seemed to have gone in another direction, towards Hollywood and Dick Wolf. He does still perform with his band Body Count, but it's not rapping exactly. It's something else. Occasionally, Mr. Ice-T releases a single, like the song called Ecstasy that he put out in around 2010, something like that. I have the song. I'm listening to it right now, but I can't find a mention of it anywhere online. There was no EP released, not even a mention of Ice-T promoting it on his Twitter. But it's an interesting little song, not like anything else I'd heard from him. It has a strong synth, almost techno-musical quality in it. But in this song, he's falling back to his favorite trope of white sex. And he does it very, very well. Strange that I can't find this tune anywhere, though. He started movies throughout the 90s and early 2000s. He was in classics like Johnny Mnemonic and 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Then he got into the Law & Order spin-off series called Law & Order SVU, where he still is today, and he's appeared in almost 500 episodes. Ice-T's music helped me feel not so alone when I was first out living on my own. It allowed me to dream of belonging to a criminal organization or a family. I mean, of course it did. I used to wish I could join the mob when I was a kid, just to feel like I belonged to a family, even though I'm not Italian or really anything close. Rapstar was a game that brought all of that back to me, but with a wide range of music and styles that kept me interested. Even if it helped me realize a very important fact that, really, I can't rap, and in public, I really shouldn't even try. Thanks for listening to my musical journey into rap. When people ask me who my favorite rapper is, it's always a toss-up between Public Enemy and Ice-T. I just can't decide. Who's your favorite rap artist? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to be reminded of my content, click the notification bell. Until next time.